What is going on, Chaotix? It is your boy ChaosMade006 here, and we are back with week number 6 of the Pokemon Showdown. I guess it's the Premier Draft League, Season 3, Week 6, so I hope you guys are ready. This is the team builder. For this week, we are fighting the Darbidon fans, as I said it correctly that time, and Coach More Tewey 5. He is there on the screen. This is his team. He's got Goodra, Kangaskhan, Azumarill, Blastoise, Politoed, Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash, Donphan, Dragonite, Magnezone, and Dragonium Z is his Z Crystal. Now, we have a lot of stuff this week. I want to tell you about something that's really nice. I want to highlight it right here. We did pick up Shaman this week. We traded out Nidoqueen. I didn't really use Nidoqueen at all. I thought Shaman would give me nice coverage, especially for this match, because he has a lot of water types, and I thought a grass type would be nice and strong here. So we got Scott's the Shaman because it looks like a turf, because it's Scott's yard. So if you don't get that, look it up. But we need to get into the team builder, looking at what team we're going to be using. So let us get to that. And of course, I just talked about it, so I'm going to bring Scott's. Scott's is coming this week with the Assault Vest. Natural Cure ability is its only ability, and it's going to move with Giga Drain, Earth Power, Dazzling Gleam, and Seed Flare. Running max attack, not max attack, max HP, max special attack, and defense is a little bit before. And it's Modest Nature, so it can hit really hard. I was surprised to see that Shaman actually was a very offensive Pokemon. They had a lot of speed running on this thing. I just didn't feel like we needed it. So I opted for the more offensive and defensive motive. So I tried to run mixed here. But so this is going to be good against Azumarill. It's going to be my main check the Blastoise. It's good against Politoed, Alakazam, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash. It's a little bit of an iffy here or there thing. Earth Power does do a lot of damage to it, but it's more of a fighting. It's more of like a hit and miss type deal. So probably not my best bet for that. They're also going to take on Donphan. It's a good thing to lead off against with Donphan. So, and also can take on Magnezone with Earth Power. Next up, I'm bringing Tony, the Incineroar, with Assault Vest, Intimidate this week. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are you bringing an Incineroar with a team that has primarily water types? Well, Intimidate does do a lot of damage to weaken his physical attackers, as well as Incineroar actually can take the shots, unlike some Pokemon. So I really wanted to bring Incineroar this week, give him some pressure on some of his other things like Alolan Sandslash, and Talonflame obviously can't do much to it. So I brought it this week. It's running Assault Vest as well. I wanted to be able to take those special defensive hits, max attack, max HP, just a little bit in that special bulk. It is adamant, so it can do a lot of damage. I did run a couple calcs here. I miscalced actually, had everything with Aurora Veil because I was planning on running Ninetails. Then I got rid of Ninetails, and everything was calced with Aurora Veil, so I was really excited that everything was living all these shots from his team, and like he literally had no way to deal with Incineroar. Because if I have if I have Aurora Veil up with this set, Tony just does the work. Tony just puts in the work and take anything that comes at him. So we're running Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Earthquake, and Knockoff this week with this moveset. Tony can beat Kangaskhan with a little bit of hesitation there. I mean, we are averaging out a net win there, but we are taking a lot of damage because Drain Punch only can give me back so much health. We can beat Politoed, Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Alolan Sandslash, Dragonite, and Magnezone. It is a little bit of a weird thing with Alakazam, depending on what the set is. If it's Dazzling Gleam, it's something I don't want to touch. But other than that, I don't really think it's going to be coming. So I think we're good here. Next up is Slime, the Alolan Muck this week. I was going to really wanted some defensive prowess, so I brought Muck, running Assault Vest to make it really uberly especially defensive, which is really nice for this team. They're running Poison Touch this week. Give me some poisons. Moveset, we're on the Thunder Punch, Knockoff, Brick Break, and Ice Punch. I didn't think a Poison type stab move was very effective. All it really did was threaten the Azumarill, so I didn't really care for that. It's running max HP, almost max special defense in 206, and then just enough defense so we can take a couple hits here and there. So that is why it has the weird calc here, Adamant Nature, so it can boost the attack. It just gives me a nice little bit of power to get me about 50% to two-shot pretty much everything on the squad. And so with this, Slime is going to be good against Goodra, maybe Blastoise. It's a slugfest there, and I probably will not do it. Politoed, Alakazam, because it does counter the Psychic. Of course, if it does have Dazzling Gleam, that is something to look at. Talonflame, Ampharos, and Dragonite. Now, really, this thing is just going to come in. Really works well against Goodra. Gives me a nice counter to it. Ice Punch does about 50. Knockoff also does about 50. So we can get rid of its item, which I don't know what it might be this week. Like, yeah, it's going to be a weird item. I've prepped for choice specs. So Slime is going to be my primary switch into that. And then Knockoff Ice Punch is going to be the play. Next up, Alola Ninetales. I did bring A9 this week. It is a leftover set with Snow Warning. Alola Ninetales actually puts in quite a bit of work this week. Running max HP, max special attack, and just a little bit in special defensive bulk because it needs it. And then a Timid Speed Nature just so we can outspeed. We can speed tie the Kangaskhan if it's max speed as well. So that is something I wanted to do here. Actually, I think I calced it. I didn't give it. Let's do it the right way. It's got 280 speed, so a little bit of speed, so that way it can outspeed, max speed Kangaskhan with no investment. So that is the point. Oh, that's max speed investment. So like if it's not a speed nature, or if it's just a speed mate, like it outspeeds max speed Kangaskhan. So that is what we want to do. I figure he might bring an Adamant set this week, so we outspeed here and we can take it on pretty nicely, actually. Ninetales' main priority is coming and set up Aurora Veil. With Aurora Veil up, as I said, some of my team members sweep. Tony cannot be touched, Slime cannot be touched. So those two really benefit from the Aurora Veil. Also, Ninetales also can get a nice setup here. I do have Nasty Plot on this set, so I can get +2. If we come in against something like a Dragonite, which we obviously threaten out, we can set up Aurora Veil, get a Nasty Plot set up, and come in and take it on. This is actually built to take on Talonflame, surprisingly enough. So that is something we can do. But Alola Ninetales also is running Blizzard and Freeze Dry as offensive movements. I thought dual Ice Stab was pretty good. Blizzard deals with the things that aren't water type, and Freeze Dry deals with the water types on the squad. So I think those are pretty much what I need to deal. Of course, Nasty Plot +2 gives me enough power to deal with pretty much everything on the squad. I already went over the stats, so I'm going to just go over what it goes well against. It can beat Goodra if it's +2 or Assault or Aurora Veil when it comes in. It beats Azumarill, it beats Blastoise, it beats Politoed at +2 because it will lose to Perish Song, which I believe is what the set is going to be. So it will lose to Perish Song if that's a thing. So I do not want to do that. It can beat Talonflame 101. I prefer it to be, but I'd rather it be +2 with Nasty Plot coming in on Talonflame. But I really prefer it coming in with Aurora Veil on Talonflame. Gives me opportunity to set up on it. Take about 50% with attack-wise, and then I can just get that HP back. And then it's built for something like, so if he comes in with Alakazam afterwards, he cannot just take me out. It also cannot just take me out with Kangaskhan either. So it would give a nice setup for Ninetales, and that's primarily what the setup's going to go for that. It can beat Ampharos at +2, or if it's Aurora Veil, and then Dragonite is also a nice setup mon for it. Obviously, we just come and threaten it with either Moonblast or Blizzard, and I can just get a free Aurora Veil up because you'll probably just switch out. So that is nice for Alola Ninetales to deal with. Again, I'm bringing your boy Deathwish, my #1 overall pick. I wanted to bring Garchomp this week because I need it. Actually, it's your girl because I forgot. Deathwish is female, named after a Garchomp I had in my Pokemon Insurgence playthrough. RIP, rest in peace. But we're bringing the Choice Band set this week, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm bringing Choice Band Garchomp. We don't need the speed tier. We can't outspeed. I need the power output more than the speed output. As you can see, I'm not max speed anyway. So really the only things that are going to outspeed me are the Talonflame and the Alakazam with their max speed with their max speed boosting natures, which I expect them to be. So that's going to be something we can't deal with. Of course, Dazzling Gleam is a problem, so with Mega Alakazam, so that is something I want to watch against. We're rocking Earthquake, Outrage, Stealth Rock, and Dragon Claw. Now, what am I doing running a Stealth Rock on a Choice Band set? Well, that is just because if I think he's going to predict into something that can take on Garchomp, I can just throw up a Stealth Rocks and get those up, because they're going to be 50% to Talonflame to do 25 to Dragonite, and they chip away at everything else. And sometimes it's just a calc on some of these mons to where if they had the Stealth Rocks damage, they would get O-code by one of my moves. So Stealth Rocks is something I wanted to bring this week. I found a really weird way to bring it. So Garchomp is going to be rocking Stealth Rocks. And then Dragon Claw, I am running dual Dragon type stab here. because Earthquake pretty much primarily deals with everything that's not flying types or not a Talonflame or not Dragonite. And then I could lock in the Outrage, but if the Azumarill is still around, I don't want to have to lock in the Outrage, so I want a Dragon Claw there for that option as well. But Outrage obviously is there for a late game sweep to finish it off. Dragon Claw is going to be there more primarily as an early move, just in case like Azumarill is still around. So that is what I got to deal with there. Rough Skin is its ability. Stats are a little weird. It's max attack because it needs the power. Gonna put a lot of dent into it. It's a 359 base stat without the band, and with the band, it's going to be a 538.5 base stat. So 538 base attack stat is going to be busted, and that's why I chose to rent this week. I don't think Alakazam and Talonflame can really do that much to me. I have to look at the calcs for Mega Alakazam again, but I don't think they really can do that much to me, especially if I'm not full. We are running a little bit of HP investment. I needed the speed here because I wanted to outspeed a Kangaskhan at a max speed plus speed nature, which gives it 306. So we're running 308. If I drop it down to 158, even with the Jolly nature, it does not give me the speed I need to beat it. So I opted for 160 instead of going for the speed size. So I think this is going to be a good set for Garchomp, and it just puts some dent on his team. It beats Gudra, Kangaskhan. It can take on Azumarill. It's not probably what you want to see because, I mean, Clay Rough is going to absolutely destroy me. It can fight Blastoise, but it really doesn't want to do that either because it's worried about the Scald. You can fight Politoed, Alakazam. Again, we got to look at the Dazzling Gleam set. You can beat Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash. It can take on Donphan. I really don't want to take on Donphan though. I know his Donphan usually comes with Stealth Rocks, and I don't want those up against my team because Tony's going to take 25%. Ninetails is going to take 25%. Gyarados is going to take 25% coming in. So I really don't want to see those up at all. And I didn't bring Hitmonchan this week to get rid of it, so I really don't want to see them up at all. So that's going to be a big thing to keep off my field. So I really question whether to use it against Donphan. It also can deal with Dragonite with Dragon Claw or Outrage, and then it can deal with Magnezone as well. Earthquake, obviously 4 times super effective against it. Also has a stab, so it's going to really put in the dent to that Magnezone. And last but not least, we brought Gertrude. I know I've brought Gertrude pretty much every week, but it's just so good. I'm trying to get away from it, and I just can't get away from it. It fills the last spot that I need on this team. And the whole reason I'm bringing Gertrude this week is because I want to be able to deal with Earthquake, because I feel like Earthquake's such a big threat to my team. This is going to be my way to deal with it. I was going to bring Miss Magius with Levitate, but it does not have enough attacking power to deal with the threats that I need it to deal with. Primarily, Kangaskhan is the big thing with Earthquake that I want to watch out for. So I decided for Gertrude to come this week. I am running the Dragon Dance Sweeper set because, you know, what else are you going to run with Gyarados? I did change the moves up a little bit. Waterfall Crunch and Earthquake gives me Stab, Waterfall, either way, Mega or regular form. It gives me Stab, Dark-type move with Mega Gyarados, and then Earthquake obviously is a nice little niche because a lot of his things are weak to Earthquake that aren't water types. So that's going to be a nice power there for me to put out. Max attack, obviously max speed, Jolly nature, gotta get the speed boost, and then a little bit in special defense. It really doesn't matter too much because, like, if I get hit with a special move, I'm probably gonna die anyway because it's gonna be an electric type move and I'm 4 times weak to it. But it does give me a little bit of staying power with Mega Gyarados as well. Now I have to do both. Obviously, I gotta run down through the regular Gyarados set and the Mega Gyarados set. So regular Gyarados is gonna be able to beat Kangaskhan, Blastoise, Politoed, Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Ampharos at +1, Sandslash, Donphan, Dragonite, and Magnezone. Obviously, we have to just click Earthquake, because unless it's a Choice Scarf Magnezone, we OHKO it. So, I gotta be careful. If I see Magnezone, I'm probably gonna assume it's a Choice Scarf, and I probably won't stay in on it. Probably just switch to Deathwish, honestly. And Mega Gyarados can also be Blastoise, Politoed, Mega Alakazam, Talonflame, Ampharos, Alolan Sandslash, Donphan, Dragonite, and Magnezone. Again, it's going to come down to where I Mega Evolve this thing. I really want Kangaskhan. I really want to fight this thing regular form with Kangaskhan. Defense stats are a little bit better, but I do not want to take an Earthquake, as I said, and I also do not want to take Brick Break, which you know he's probably going to bring good tech to take on Aurora Veil. So I do not want to bring. I do not want to Mega Evolve until after the Kangaskhan is gone, because I don't want to have to deal with it. And then obviously, dealing with Mega Alakazam, I gotta worry about Dazzling Gleam, But the rest of the team we pretty much take on the same way. I mean, Magnezone is the only thing I gotta worry about, and that's if it is Choice Scarf. Because if it is Choice Scarf, we are in trouble because it does a lot of damage. Mega Gyarados actually can live it, so I probably Mega Evolve when I take on Magnezone, just to be safe if I want to do that. But that is going to be the team for week number 6. I hope you guys have enjoyed the team builder. I know I tried to go through it a little bit faster this week. I was trying to avoid 20 minutes of team building. But that is going to be our team. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to take on Tewey in tomorrow's episode of the PDL. So make sure you go check that out. Tewey's link will be in the description of the next video, so you can go check out his side of the battle. You can go check out his channel and all that jazz over on the next video. So make sure you go subscribe, because you're going to want to see that video. Also hit that notification bell to be notified when I make videos, as I don't have my regular schedule anymore. We've gone back to working throughout the week, so I cannot do like constant uploads one day a week as I've done for the last month. So you're going to want to stay up to date with that. And also leave a like if you did enjoy, because it's really appreciated and helps me out quite a bit. But that is where I'm going to wrap it up. I thank you again for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. And until next time, my name is ChaosMan006, and I am signing off. So see you next time, but until then,